Just jump to Sabia Sultan. She's a director at TPL Corp and with a wide experience in the financial sector. So Sabia, I just wanted, you're not an energy expert, but you bring another, a separate view to energy. We were discussing this earlier as well, but your thoughts on how the power generation, is that a problem or not? What is the problem? And yeah.
Well, I think Danish has summed it up very well. My expertise isn't the power sector, but what I would say is that there is a shortage of cheaper energy. The government has for a long time been talking about building dams. The dam projects haven't taken off. That is a cheap source of energy that should have come online more than 10 years ago. So those projects should be reinstated and brought up to speed. The other problem is that there's actually not a shortage of energy in Pakistan per se. It's actually distribution, which is the issue. And I think K Electric is a good example of when you allow a company to be privatized, it becomes more efficient. So there is a big need for the government now to privatize the discos so they can actually allow them to collect tariffs the way they should be, to actually be more efficient and build better transmission lines. And I think that would take care of a lot of the problems that exist already in Pakistan.
Alex is the business director, Middle East, and managing director for Vertisila, which operates in 180 countries. Its track record has 79 gigawatts of power plant capacity. They've looked at multiple countries, so it'll be good to get Alex start off, get your view on how you view Pakistan's energy sector. How complicated is it compared to other countries? And yeah, what's the solution?
Yeah, thank you. I will try to start simply. I got a lot of insight already next to me. So first of all, I think we need to realize one thing. Pakistan is sitting on pretty much 60% of hydros. So one first resolution that Pakistan could make is you have 60% hydros capacities and you're only able to use 35%. So it means there is a maintenance, there is a procedure, there is structure to be done there. So let's fix first what seems to be existing, because I think Pakistan, from all the Middle East, I think they are the most richest that can reach to net zero faster than anybody in theory. You have nuclear, you have water, and yes, if we had more fund and install more solar, pretty much your story with fossil fuel would not be a story. The excuse of HFO or gas would disappear to some extent. So as you said, Vertisila operates more than 79 gigawatts. In the Middle East, obviously we see a lot of renewable penetrating into the grid system, and obviously using the sun as one of the cheapest sources will generate the cheapest energy. But sure, I live in one of the richest GCC countries, and of course they have so much money, so they can install it. So now we have to look at how do we do it separately, in the sense that yes, solar is not cheap, and actually solar is taking a lot of space. So, but at the same time, we're in the regions where you have suns quite, on a regular basis. So in somehow you should use it. Now, we're a technology provider. Our history is 190 years old since April. We've been burning fossil fuel, so we live around fossil fuel. So for us, when somebody say we need to get away from fossil fuel, it was a little bit of shocking news. But for the last 10 years, we have continually said for any countries, because I still believe that every country is different. So, but one way to affordable energy is to be able to use the fossil fuel in a better way, so we can reduce this cost of electricity. So if you look at our history of engines, what we call combustion engines, we went from burning the most dirty fuel to crude oil to gas. Today we have the largest portfolio in methanol. Since a year and a half, we have the largest methanol portfolio. It's over already 200 ships operating in methanol under Vertisila brand. The next step is going to be ammonia. The next step is going to be hydrogen. The beauty of it, since as our lovely dear customer Gulam had been here, their product could be converted to ammonia or hydrogen in the long term. This is the beauty of a combustion engines. They will evaluate based on the need of the market. So today, yes, if there is one small Of course, it will cost money. This is where it becomes a little bit challenging. But I think for us, I think I was also discussing a little bit earlier before, I was very surprised to see so much solar panel today on the rooftop in Pakistan. I think with my team, we installed one of the first solar panel on one of our customer roof many years ago, about 5, 6 years ago when I arrived. And now it seems to be every factory is having solar panels. So I still see that, as Danish said, I think the private sector needs to be the one driving it. I think if we are waiting too long from any ministry, I'm French, so I know a little bit about politics. We also struggle with this in our own ways, but I think the private sector is the only one that can move it forward. So I would 100% be behind Danish and then actually move that forward. And we know from distribution point of view, yes, there is more investment. So maybe this is the second phase, is invest in the distribution, because power is there. You have 60% hydro, you have nuclear, so you don't need more power. Actually, you just need it to have it in the right place.
It's interesting how Pakistan can jump from one problem to another. 10 years ago, we were discussing that, we don't have power, and now we have too much power and bad power, and the list goes on.